Look to rebound this afternoon as the Pirates battle the Cardinals next.
He struck him out! Clear the deck! Cannonball coming!
On Memorial Day weekend here from PNC Park, we've got baseball for you on a Sunday afternoon. It's the Pirates and the Cardinals here in the finale of this three-game series. And it's a Kids' Day every Sunday is here at PNC Park. Very glad you're with us. As a winner, we'll take the series here this afternoon. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Bob Walk with you here today as the Pirates back in action. They dropped one last night after winning the opener of this series. And here today, Jamison Tyone is going to get the ball for the Buccos and trying to see if he can consistently come up with a very strong outing. You know he's got the potential to do so.
Oh, obviously he has that potential, and we're kind of waiting for him to get on a roll like we know he's very capable of doing, but it seems like almost every outing there's a little something that happens that kind of messes things up for him. Hopefully today that won't happen and he can get a big win for the Pirates and we can take 2 out of 3 from these guys.
Yeah, certainly capable anytime out for Tyone and his mound opponent who spent the last 3 years in Japan, Miles Michaelis. Well, he has been doing that coming off of a shutout his last time around.
Yeah, he's really been pitching extremely well, and of late he's been doing a great job with guys on base. The league's batting average very low when he has base runners. Today we need to stop that. We need to come through with some big hits with guys in scoring position, knock him out of this game early. Love to see that.
Yeah, expecting a good pitching matchup here this afternoon and a big game within the NL Central between these two clubs. Austin Meadows, a hot start for the rookie. He's back in the lineup. It's the Pirates and the Cardinals coming up next right here on AT&T Sportsnet.
And Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
And everybody coming into the ballpark here today, making their signs for Josh Bell, who's among the 9 for the Pirates today here in this final game of this 3-game series. And a man who is not in the final 9 now, Francisco Cervelli, a late scratch because of flu-like symptoms. He was in the lineup until about 20 minutes ago.
Couldn't shake it off, so Diaz will be out there behind the plate, and that certainly hasn't been a bad thing. He has certainly carried his weight when he has had to get behind the plate.
And on Kids Day here on every Sunday at PNC Park, kids get to take the field with the players before the game, signing an autograph. And then once they get that autograph, hustle back.
Yeah, they get to show their speed.
Austin Meadows has done that. Now some of these guys, not too long, might be out here wearing the white uniforms. Colin Moran, the rookie.
I'm sure that you went around baseball, you could find somebody that's been out there and is now a big leaguer.
Starling Marte making sure that his guy gets a signature before he heads back to his seats for the game here today. And Jamison Tyone will face this lineup penned in by Mike Matheny. Matt Carpenter back in the leadoff spot. Last 10 games hitting almost 400. Jose Martinez and then Tommy Pham 1, 2, and 3 with Ozuna cleaning up. Tyler O'Neill, a rookie, in right. Wong and Munoz, Kelly and Michaelis rounding out the St. Louis order. And there is Carpenter, who banged his 16th career leadoff home run to start the action yesterday.
Jamison Tyone is going to get the start today. You see he's ready to go. He's finished his warm-ups. There's the numbers that he has put up this season. 51 innings to this point. 48 strikeouts, 16 walks. ERA at 4.5. That's probably a little bit higher than he would like it. I'm sure Jamison's goal every year is to have it below 4.
If you ask him, he'd want it below 3, I'm sure.
Well, he don't want it there, but that's a little bit of a tough ask most of the time.
But he's the kind of guy.
Oh, he definitely has that. I agree.
We think that he could do that. And Tyone, as we were talking about here in the pregame, and as we get started today, facing a lefty batter like he did with Carpenter. Had one mistake that was hit well for a grand slam in that last start. Really spoiled the outing, and I thought you really touched on it well, Bob, in the pregame show today about how it seems like there's something that undoes his outing most of the time.
Not just his last one, but it's happened to him a few of his starts this year, and it's prevented that consistency that he's more than capable of.
And that's why I think today we think it's going to be a good pitching matchup with Michaelis, who's done well all year.
How about that control so far? That's exceptional.
And Michaelis waiting for his chance. Second time the Pirates have seen him this year. Can't throw them all in the same spot. There you go. Early souvenir.
Didn't drop the phone, nothing. Hit the ball. It's a good day.
Get to look at that all afternoon.
Only the first inning.
And the umpiring crew today, Todd Tishner works the plate with Alan Porter at first, Cal U grad, Jeremy Rayak from the area as well, and Bill Miller is the crew chief at third. And Carpenter trying for another, and banging off that wall. He'll start the game with a bang again, this time a double.
And they tried to go by him up and in, and just Carpenter Too quick.
Started yesterday's game with a home run. That one
But
missing.
yesterday was up and in too, wasn't it? Or it tried to go up and in, I thought.
And Carpenter, who entered this series hitting below 200, has been starting to get hot. He homered off Trevor Williams yesterday.
They're talking about where the pitch was yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it was up. I don't know how far in it was, but it was in that general location.
Little nubber. And that advances the runner. Martinez a productive out.
Going that way the entire time. That's solid baseball there.
And now a chance for a sac fly for the Cardinals. The Pirates defense. Austin Meadows gets his first start in left field with Marte and Polanco joining him out there. Moran, Mercer, Frazier, and Bell around the horn with Elias Diaz, a late add to the lineup. Meadows playing a lot of left field at AAA Indy. Had played exclusively in center with the Pirates here in his first week and a half in the major leagues. Corey Dickerson getting a day off today. And Clint Hurdle talking about how Meadows is going to work in with all the outfielders. Meadows is going to play a good bit. Dickerson has never started more than 98 games in the outfield in a season. So the plan is to get him some rest as the year moves on. And as of right now, they've got 4 outfielders because of Meadows' bat and defense are all pretty interchangeable. It's a nice luxury. The Pirates did not have that last year. They rarely had 3 outfielders healthy at one time on the roster at the same time. Marte back from the DL. Started off picking up right where he left off. He had that 9-game hitting streak, made it 10 with that long home run. Pham, a tough hitter. Deep enough fly ball gets the Cardinals in the lead again, as they did yesterday in the first inning.
Yeah, that little ground ball the right side by Martinez, it puts you in a tough spot when you're out there pitching. You know, the ground ball, fly ball, and you're already playing from behind against a very, very tough pitcher.
Infield is back.
And then you come up with a big strikeout with a big pitch.
And that's what you need there. Even a bouncer could score the
That's
run.
what Musgrove did the other day. He got in a similar scenario and had to have a strikeout with 1 out. He got it. Tyone here. Infield was back, conceding that run.
And he's been throwing that slider now for 2 or 3 starts. Has used it a good bit here in the first inning.
Three sliders his last start, and I asked.
That he got credit for. I think he threw 6 or 7.
Oh, did he?
And talking to him,
I talked to Ray. Ray told me he threw 3.
okay, well,
But I don't know.
4.5.
Maybe
sold.
maybe Ray's looking at the same numbers we are. I don't know. But Ray said that
he tried to throw
if it's working,
6 and
if
threw
it's
3.
working, a dozen wouldn't be out of the order. You know, if he has a good game and that pitch is working, he might throw a dozen of them. So we'll watch for it. It certainly worked for that strikeout pitch.
That last fastball at 98 from Tyone. Changeup hasn't been an effective third pitch for Tyone. So maybe that slider, even though it's a different style of pitch completely, but maybe that can help him have a third pitch that works for him. With 2 outs, you got to get the man. And he runs too well, Ozuna.
That was the slider.
Little infield hit and an RBI. The Cardinals do get that first inning run.
I mean, that was a good slider, good result. Ball just chopped in the infield. Excellent location, right off the plate, and that's the bad luck. If the ball hits the dirt, it doesn't take that big hop over the mound. It's probably just a tapper back to the mound. Off the plate, take the big kangaroo hop.
And so Carpenter scores on that leadoff double. Nothing Mercer could do. Best he could get Ozuna. Was motoring down that line.
There's the luck of baseball. I mean, think of the good pitches, especially with the slider. A new pitch for Taillon that he has made this inning when he's had to make them. And he still ended up giving up that run. Got the strikeout with the slider. That was a nice one down, just maybe shin high.
Now, all the peripherals on the eye test as well tell you that Taillon should have better overall numbers. And what he's been trying to do is look at some of the analytics with the analytics department. He didn't do much of that before, just the average amount, but now really trying to delve in. What pitches work best when and how? Do I need to vary eye angles more? Am I pitching in some sort of pattern that can become predictable? And some of those things were identified, and Taillon is trying to use that information not to bog himself down, but just to maybe change some tendencies that haven't been working, and so that good stuff can play up. He's a smart guy.
Making some pretty good pitches there on O'Neill. Tie him up.
O'Neill is in there in right today because Dexter Fowler got hit on the knee yesterday. X-rays were negative, but not in the starting lineup today. Still on the active roster. Ozuna has taken 3 bags this year, and this is what happened to Fowler.
Got him right in the side of the knee.
Yeah, right. And that shin bone meets the knee.
If he hadn't jumped back, it would have went behind him. Jumped right in front of it like it was a heat seeker.
O'Neill's got a ton of pop, a rookie. And no one able to get there. All's well that ends well.
Yeah. That's,
hey, Cardinals fans, look what we got. French fries and a ball.
I would think right now the French fry is more popular at that age than the ball.
Yeah.
He will grow into loving that ball, though. Had an eye on where it was going, I saw.
And you don't have to give up the love for the French fries either.
At some point you do.
Oh.
Trust me.
And O'Neill strikes out looking.
High slider.
Cardinals scratch out a run in the first, and now the Pirates get their chance. And no Cervelli in the lineup. Our RAV4 lineup today with Meadows batting second. He'll move up after the late scratch. Marte and Bell. Moran will hit 5th. Then Polanco moves up to 6th. Elias Diaz the backstop. Mercer and then Taillon. Clint Hurdle's 9 for this Sunday.
Michaelis, his numbers are very good this year, especially when you look at the walk and the strikeout numbers. That's exceptional.
So fewest walks per 9 among starters. 4th in ERA. Coming off of a complete game shutout against Kansas City. Frazier gets the start. Jay Hay, his first day off since coming off the DL. Hasn't gotten into a groove yet at the plate. Softly hit to Ozuna. Leadoff man gone for the Pirates. And Carson Kelly will get the start behind the plate for the Cardinals today. First time since he came off the DL. Ozuna, Pham, and O'Neill in the outfield. Carpenter, Munoz, Wong, and Martinez. Cardinals have 9 on the DL, and they have not caught an attempted base stealer this season. Now, Yadier Molina is on the DL, but he played for most of a month. You never think you'd see that.
I'm very surprised at that number. I mean, that's like kind of weird to me that they haven't caught it, but it's also, I'm surprised that there's only been 15 steals.
So that also tells part of the story,
in almost 2 months, which is kind of odd.
So that tells part of the story. They are limiting the attempts. They just haven't thrown anybody out. So it's not that they're running at will against them. Meadows moves up to the 2 spot. He was going to be in the lineup anyway, but once Cervelli was scratched with flu-like symptoms. And through 8 games in his major league career, he's hitting .433 since 1908. If you've got 30 at bats as a Pirate to start your big league career, Jack Merson in '51, Fred Commerce in 1913, the only 2 that are better. So to say it's a good start would be an understatement. Now it's the next 15 to 20 years. What do you do, right?
Yeah, the start is nothing more than that. They took a good first step out of the blocks.
Yeah, but a great pedigree. First round selection, and you know, we've been hearing his name since draft day. And he's been thinking about this time for nearly 5 years now when he was drafted. Talking with him yesterday about it and said, you know, that's why I feel so comfortable. I've come to spring training with these guys. I know them. They know me. He runs well. Carpenter's going to have to make a heck of a play, and there's no chance. There's another hit for Meadows. Let's throw it on the pile.
Carpenter, well, let's just say he doesn't have a very strong arm. So really, once this ball is hit, you're thinking, okay, unless Meadows really did something funny coming out of the box, he's got a base hit on this one.
And that's Meadows at 85% too. I mean, he knew he had it. Michaelis with a man on for Marte, who bombed a home run back in the first inning yesterday.
He bombed it.
That is one of the longer home runs you'll see. We admire what the lefties can do hitting it out toward and into the river, but my oh my, the righties can really.
Mentioned yesterday, this is one of my favorite ballparks to see the long home runs, because it really allows you to see where that ball goes.
I love that. I had never thought about that, but because there aren't 3 decks set in the outfield.
Yeah, it's not hitting a wall, or you know, the ball actually has a chance to actually travel. It's not all about, well, you know, the ball would have gone this far or that. No, that ball cleared both bullpens and cleared that tall chain link fence.
There's a man standing down there just trying to get a peek at the action, and he had a ball come to him.
Man, that hit somebody in the dugout. Don't know who it hit, but it got him good. Dang.
They were right up on the top part of the dugout there.
They're leaning on that railing, and that ball went shot right in there and just cleared the little protective netting they have there for the players to duck behind.
There's a good bit of concern. I believe that is one of the coaches of the Cardinals. And the action has stopped for the moment. Mike Schilt, bench coach.
You can see that little gap right there that doesn't have any fence in front of it.
It's usually where you're looking through, right?
Yeah.
Or
if you're, you're kind of standing down and leaning up, guys will, a lot of times will look through that hole.
Or if you're standing, that's about neck high, neck and collarbone high. Look to the right. And John Mabry right there to make sure he's okay.
Down behind the netting.
Yeah. That's a good thing they have that now. Arte got underneath that one. Yeah, that's the second out here of the Pirates' first. Meadows with that infield hit. On a sunny Sunday, got the sunglasses on. I love those handmade signs. Josh Bell. Did you ever make one go into a game? Make a sign?
No. Never made a sign.
Yeah. Go to the store, get a piece of poster board, get your markers out.
They're usually sneaking in, and you have to move fast. You could be carrying a sign.
Trying to think of something clever. Twisting toward the seats. And another take home. There you go. Good grab.
Talk about it too. See that? Explaining where the sun was.
Everyone's pretty cordial, right? When the ball comes down.
Still, it's going to go on and on for a while. It looks like.
It's the post game.
Post game analysis, right there.
Yeah.
You see it.
That's better than the catch itself.
Live action. Yeah. That's all about.
Now, what I did was I tried to, I thought it was going to be a little to my right. I'll have a story for a long time. Dinner table tonight. Two strikes on Bell. We've seen the Meadows motor. He has swiped a pair of bags already in the now 9 games that he's played.
These guys are tough to run on. They've only given up 15 all year.
Yeah, it depends on how you look at it. We pointed out they haven't thrown anybody out, but the guys aren't running either because in part the pitchers have helped to hold the runners very well. That's what Clint Hurdle was saying when I talked to him to begin the series. He said, they've done a good job of limiting the attempts. And so even in a situation here where you'd think, all right, let's try to get in a scoring position with 2 outs. We haven't seen Meadows even try to go yet.
It's all about, do you have an opportunity? You don't want to run to an out. pitcher has done his job. Doesn't matter what the catcher's doing. You can't run. Michaelis awfully quick home. You see, not much of a leg kick. Probably about a. I haven't timed it yet, but 1-2 or he's a 1-2 or something.
Kind of short arms the ball too, so it gets there a little quicker. Wow.
Fouled that one off his thigh.
Look on our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Ooh. Well, now just hit one out so you can trot around the bases.
Yeah, you don't want to have to run. Just jog.
Did he go? Yes. Mel Miller rings him up. Bell strikes out. And hope everything is all right for the Cardinals and Mike Schilt. Season, the first three. Remember, he was among the leaders in earned run average, then fell on some hard times, started to rebound, and then even including that last start where he gave up 6 earned runs, still a very low earned run average. So pitching better again. It kind of like last year, he had 2 really poor starts in a row following a long outing. That happened to him last year. This year, same thing. When he threw that complete game shutout, the next 2 outings were very poor and has skewed his season ERA. So, I mean, if he makes another 30, 32 starts and he has those 2 really poor starts and the rest, I'm not talking about that 6-run one. I mean, those are going to happen. Maybe that's a sign that he's growing, but let's see more than 3 in a row now. Let's make this 4, 5, 6 and see what goes from there. I want to watch some more than him. But in talking with him too after that last start, I mean, you know, guy gives up 6 runs. I mean, I'm sure after you had a poor result of a start, you probably weren't the happiest guy to talk to until your next start when it was a good one. But
no, I was Mr. Grumpy, that's for sure.
But Tyler was very, you know, pensive about it, you know, thinking about what he did and okay, and now I'm going to change this. I'm going to stick with this. I like this, even though I didn't get this result. I would change this. And attacks his next start with that kind of mindset. So I like that.
Yeah, I agree with you in principle, but just to play a devil's advocate is you can overthink some things too.
Yeah.
A lot of this game is luck. You know, when you're playing well, you're pitching well, you're making your pitches, or even when you don't make a pitch, luck really can play into it a great deal. I'm thinking back to Kingham's last start where he had the 3-run first inning. Do you remember the 3 line drives down the line?
Yeah.
That the game started out
3
with?
doubles, yeah.
And they were all within a foot of the foul line.
And sometimes you can throw.
What if even one of those was a foot foul instead of a foot fair? Changes the whole thing around.
Yeah.
So when you're as good as Tyone, sometimes, like talk about we had been talking about the Scooter Jeanette changeup that he threw inside instead of outside. Well, heck, 9 times out of 10 that probably gets pulled foul. Guy gets out in front of that inside off-speed pitch and yanks it down here foul, and it's like, oh, well, I got away with that. That's what happens more than the ball going over the fence. Well, that time it went over the fence and it cost him big time. But that doesn't mean you really didn't pitch well. It just, you didn't have a very good result that day, and they got a huge hit at the worst possible time for you.
And Tyone said, some other events in the game, he liked what he did. But he second guessed the choice of the changeup, but they talked about it. He and Cervelli had talked about it. They had a mound conference right before it. They were convicted in it. But like we talked about then and now and since, if he throws it a few inches,
throws it away and he gets a ground ball to second, it's a double play, innings out, and he's like, wow, great pitch.
Right. So that's the whole rub of it. But the changeup has been his third pitch. Now he's using the slider today for the first time with regularity. And maybe that's the tweak that helps him in a circumstance here and there. Who knows? So far, 2 quick outs here in the second.
You just got to be a little careful when you come into that, analyzing every single little thing you do.
Trying not to let that bog him down. But maybe make a tweak here and there. There's a fine line, I'm sure, because you don't want to get too. You don't want to be thinking. You want to execute pitches, right? When you're standing on that mound, you're not thinking about a probability per se. I mean, you're just you want that to be an instinct.
You got a pitch,
right?
and you're trying to execute it.
Yeah.
And normally, if you did put the pitch in the spot you wanted, executed properly, then what the pitch was is secondary to how you threw it.
Now Carson Kelly rockets one into the Cardinals dugout. Luckily, it didn't strike anybody this time. Mike Schilt, the bench coach of the Cardinals, was struck with a liner last inning. Fouling off that up and in slider. The good thing, it's just for laughs now that the Cardinals were laughing at it too. 97 by Tyone. He's got 3 strikeouts. Sends down the Cardinals in order in the second. Let's look at the Barrel Automotive League leaders. And Miles Michaelis ranking in the National League. He's tied for second in wins behind Max Scherzer. He's fourth in earned run average. Opponent's OPS just .599. He doesn't walk anybody, and he throws the fewest pitches per inning. Pitching the last 3 years in Japan for the Yomiuri Giants. After up and down from AAA in the big leagues with little sustained success.
I was talking to the guys in the pregame show a little bit about Michaelis and what kind of needs to happen, what might happen. Two things. Overall, as the season goes on, the hitters are going to learn more and more about him, what his style is, how he throws so many strikes all the time. And I think adjustments will be made. And the second thing is that his numbers with guys on base is fantastic. That's got to go the other way a little bit, you would think. Hopefully this afternoon it's going to go the other way. We've had one runner on so far, and he was able to strand that. But he has just been extremely tough when he gets guys on base.
Batting six for the right fielder, number 25, George Polanco.
And Sophia there with messed up Polanco's first name. That's never happened before by a professional announcer, let alone an amateur one here today.
Well, let's hope George gets a hold of this one.
You had a little slip up last month. That's what
number of times over the years, but
alluding to.
My most recent was with George.
Yeah.
I
We're just giving Bob a little ribbon up here.
I did not call him Gregory.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah. At least you had a substitute name for it. Yeah, that was.
I didn't even have that.
Yeah. Here's Georgie. That's cool that they have the junior PA announcer for half inning for every game. That's such a neat thing. Parents love it. Kids do a good job of that too. They have the right cadence.
Oh,
I think
definitely.
Now batting. The whole bit. That's great. See if we can get Polanco going. He's hitless in his last 15. Three for his last 31. Has faced Michaelis 3 times with a home run in one of those occasions, and that was last month. And that was during kind of a dry spell for Polanco, so that was good. Kind of get him going again. But right now hitless in his last 16, trying to find himself. Let's hear from Sophia again.
Batting seventh, the catcher, 32, Elias Diaz.
Very nice. That's
very good.
That's not an easy first name to pronounce. We've heard it mispronounced before.
I mean, it seems like everything that gets mixed up.
I wasn't insinuating that. I wasn't insinuating that. I was thinking about my next door neighbor when we were talking about him. Mr. Diaz. See, I avoided pronouncing. 328. That ball had some English on it too. That was
Very
a good play.
nice defensive play. That's how you're supposed to do it. Go straight to the bag. If you can pick it up, scoop it and run. Good job.
Austin Meadows, for the first time as a big leaguer, is playing out here in left field. And earlier today, he discussed what the challenges were with playing left field for the first time ever at PNC Park.
Going out there early, preparing, knowing how the ball hits off the walls, just knowing each and every position, going out each and every day, getting work in left, center, right, because you never know where I'm going to be at. So I think for me, it's just being able to be prepared in each of those positions and be ready to go.
And Joe and Bob, this is going to be standard fare for Austin Meadows now. Clint Hurdle made it very clear he is not a fourth outfielder. The Pirates have 4 starting caliber outfielders. So Meadows may play 5 games out of every 7, 7 out of every 10. But he made it very clear when any of the other starting 3 to begin the season, Marte, Polanco, Dickerson, whenever they need a day, Austin Meadows is going to step in. He's here to play and help this team win. So wherever it may be, left, center, or right, he's going to get significant playing time as long as he is here with the Pirates in Pittsburgh.
I like it, Robbie. By the way, nice catch yesterday.
Thank you very much, sir.
For those of you that were
Broken
with us.
clock is right twice a day. Remember that?
But yeah, I mean, why not right now? I mean, the Pirates have 4 guys that they'd like to get some time. And, you know, we're getting 2 months into the season now. A chance for some guys to get some days off. But keep Meadows in there enough where, you know, if he cools off, it's because he stopped hitting, not because of rust. Speaking of someone we need to stop hitting, Carpenter having a heck of a series, 2 doubles here today already.
He's always been a very solid big league hitter. Kind of unexplainable that he got off to such a poor start. But starting to hit now.
Yeah, you think of Carpenter as a guy that way more likely to be hitting 300 than 200.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's you know, over the last handful of years, when you've thought about Cardinals offense, he's certainly one of the guys that come to your mind.
3-time All-Star. There's the second out. Carpenter was hitting 140 after May 15th. Great to see Mike Schilt back out there, the bench coach, after line drive came into the Cardinals dugout. Now with 2 away, Tommy Pham. He's been one of the better hitters, even though the RBI total isn't up there. 10th in on base percentage coming in. Woo! 96.
Good
Good spot.
velocity today so far. A lot of 95s and over on that fastball.
Talk about 95s and over. I saw a neat tweet today. Fair ball. Moran gets the out. Pirates have more 95-mile-per-hour pitches than any team in baseball. And that one right there gets the final out. snacks the next time you visit PNC Park. The Pirates Cove section features a great view from right field. Tickets are $30 and include unlimited popcorn, peanuts, and soda. Get your tickets. Go to pirates.com/cove. And here the Cardinals with a 1-0 advantage. 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Mercer, Tyone, and Frazier. .248 for Jordy. Pham has it, 1 out. So far, just 1 infield hit. The lone base runner against Miles Michaelis.
But today would be the day he would go down. So far, he is just got it on cruise control, making his pitches. That didn't that time. It was supposed to be a fastball down and away, and it's a fastball center of the plate.
That is staying fair, but without a lot of speed there. An easy out.
A fast guy hitting that, you might think about letting this roll. But you know you get the pitcher going. He's going to have an out if you can pick it up before it goes foul.
There you go.
Yeah.
A little smoothie or something. There you go. Right?
Yeah, it's an icy.
Yeah. Yeah. Slushy, maybe.
Yeah.
Adam Frazier gets his second try. All right, let's see. Second time around in the order. You're saying with Michaelis, right? As teams get to see him a little bit more.
This is our second time of seeing him. I thought we had gotten off to a better start, but no, not yet.
Just 38 pitches for Michaelis through 3.
First inning, Toyota, what drives you?
Winner takes the series here. Let's see which team is put who on the decline.
Yeah, one's going to be going down, one's going to be going up at the end of this one.
Both teams virtually tied right now in the standings. Oh, hey, there's Logan, Jason, the rest of the family here. Jason Steele.
Let's go Bucks.
What is with the blue candy?
Blue cotton candy.
Yeah.
It's Logan's birthday weekend, and he wants to treat himself with
blue cotton candy.
Blue cotton candy.
All right. Happy birthday, Logan.
Yeah, he's a boy. All right, boys get the blue. Is that how it's supposed to go? Wow. Now, does it taste different? Is that why you don't like it?
No, it's non-traditional. That's why I don't like it. They didn't have. When I grew up, there was one cotton candy. It was pink. When you had cotton candy, the only time you ever got it was at the fair. Who else had it?
Well,
and it was always pink.
Now they got out of the baseball game. Hand spun.
Yeah, they're coloring it all different colors now.
The wheel that they spin it on is powered by foot or hydropower. See? Traditional.
That's what I like.
Okay, now do you feel better about it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, right.
Still not real happy with the color. But
lined out to center. Marte hauls it in. Nice play by Starling Marte.
Yes, he did. He, you know, a lot of guys will kind of start to slow down a little bit when they think they got it, but not this time. He was on a dead run. Didn't have to make that little lunge or that jump right at the end. Just ran right under it.
It doesn't have to look hard at the end to
be
be a great play.
In fact, you know, I kind of think that when you make it look easy,
totally agree.
That's even better. And that's what he did there. He made that look like a routine catch. Very good.
Teach the youngster. This is how you do it. Few can do it like Marte out there, though. Meadows will certainly try. He's made a handful of nice grabs already, but Marte, only one outfielder with more outs above average in baseball this season. The StatCast outfield metric.
Tyler makes it look easy.
After a 7-pitch inning, now 5 here to get through the side in the 4th. Board on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon. 1-0 St. Louis. He's ready.
Fast.
He's ready. Taking his time to go fast. Hey, don't want to go fast on stairs.
It's a caution area.
Yeah.
You see, there's the yellow flag.
Yeah. Very thematic of today. The other big sporting event going on. Here you do it 90 feet at a time. Different shape too, right?
And we need to get going. Yeah, but they're making left-hand turns. It's all the same.
Austin Meadows is 2 for 2. He has been the only base runner for the Pirates so far, but picking up right where he left off.
He's definitely finding some holes this afternoon. A little squibber off the end of the bat, and now a jam shot falls in. Makes up for lineouts. You know those are coming.
He's batting .469. That's pretty good. Starling Marte's got a 10-game hitting streak, interrupted by that DL stint. And Meadows can run. He's stolen twice.
Michael's tough to go on, though. He's not slow to the plate.
Yeah, kind of. Am I saying that right? Like kind of short arms the ball. I mean, it seems like just.
But the main thing with being quick is getting that front foot down.
Kind of lifting the leg up and bringing it right back.
Yeah, get
striding
down
quickly.
As quick as you can.
Meadows a delayed steal. He's in there.
A delay steal.
Takes off about as the pitch arrives there.
Normally, you never see a delay steal unless there's 2 outs. You're running on the infielder, hoping that he doesn't get to the bag in time. So you only delay steal when the runners or the infielders are back on the grass, not cheating up to the bag looking for a double play.
Third steal for Meadows. Yeah, caught everybody by surprise. Marte can't move him up. Good pitch by Michaelis. Well, he's tough. You see why he's 4th in the league in earned run average. It's not just the Pirates that he is stymied so far.
Now this month, I keep mentioning this, but I think it's a really a big deal when you talk about that low ERA and how tough he is. I mean, he keeps the opposition to hitting under 200 when there's guys on base. And that's pretty big when you can do that.
See if Bell can bring him in. We're a couple of days away from the official 1/3 marker of the season. So for the math majors out there, Rock, if you're listening, you know, you can take the numbers, you multiply them by 3, and you can kind of guess what kind of pace guys are on. And so for Bell, he's in that 85 to 90 RBI area. Talking with him yesterday, says he'd obviously like the home runs to be a lot higher, but he's still producing the runs, which he feels good about.
Let's not multiply those by 3.
Yeah, still be a single-digit number.
But yeah, the RBIs are not in bad shape at all.
Kelly will spend a mound visit. Cardinals have a new pitching coach this year, Mike Maddox, one-time Pirate, who has been perceived to be one of the premier pitching coaches around.
Been doing it for a long, long time. 3 different teams, I think.
I believe this is his 4th now. Came over for Washington. And also with the Brewers and the Rangers.
Yeah, I forgot about the Nationals.
Older brother of Greg Maddox. And a major league pitcher. Yeah. At 10.
Pitcher with us for a while.
How long's a while in your book?
I'm going to say he was a pitcher for parts of 1 year.
Yeah, I think what, month and a half? 95. And he pitched for 10 different teams. But a good pitching coach. Good guy too. And the Cardinals get a good one over there. They actually kind of traded pitching coaches. Derek Lilliquist went to the Nationals. So Bell out to center. A lot of real estate though for Fan. Meadows will move up, but there are 2 away now. Make your next group outing the event of the year at PNC Park. You can put together a group of 15 or more, and that entitles you to special discounts like one-of-a-kind experiences. You can access the field, maybe take home a Pirates cap. For more info, go to pirates.com/groups. Bring your group out. Just a great day for baseball. Two-out chance for the rookie Colin Moran. Meadows at third after the leadoff single, a steal. And just now moving to third on that flyout. And the two-out hit. Colin Moran brings home Meadows, and we're knotted at one.
And picks on the high pitch again. Been doing that of late. That might not even have been a strike. He's about 4 feet off the ground. Redbeard. He's a Pirate.
Moran's 23rd RBI. So the Meadows steal and tag sets up the run. Pirates have done something that the Royals could not against Michaelis last time around. That is score.
He got that hit with somebody on base. Something that Michaelis has done a good job of controlling. Couldn't do it there.
Foul ball.
Wow. What a play by the ball girl, huh? That ball was ripped down the line. The best in baseball right here. I mean, this is an absolute rocket down there. Boom.
Nice job, Matty. Yep, I will concur. These are the best. Many are collegiate softball players. Breaking ball freezes Polanco. Pirates, though, get the equalizer thanks to that two-out hit by Colin Moran.
PNC Park. I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski. Well, players all across Major League Baseball wearing special Memorial Day uniforms, and Major League Baseball is doing their part to make contributions to local communities that serve these baseball teams as well. So they're doing their part to honor and remember those who have died in service to our country, and it's a new military program, a community grants program that was announced last week. All clubs will receive $15,000 in each of the next 2 years for localized support of the military. Now, the money may be used for charitable grants, events, or programs that benefit servicemen and women, veterans, and military families. Now, also royalties from the sales of these special caps, special jerseys, and such are going to be donated to organizations that directly support children and families grieving the loss of a military loved one, as we get a foul ball off the bat of Munoz. And this year, Joe and Bob, the fund will benefit the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors and Folds of Honor Program, and a minimum of $500,000 will be donated regardless of the sales. So MLB really stepping up their efforts to help those affected by those who have served our country. Great stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. And that's what Memorial Day is about, remembering those who were lost, defending our freedoms. And so I can't think of two better organizations. TAP's been around for a couple decades now. They've helped tens of thousands of families. Folds of Honor also, I think that's really neat. They provide educational scholarships to spouses and children of those fallen service members' families or those who are disabled in the line of duty. And I just think baseball's doing a good thing with that. And so, you know, that's why we see these different uniforms. That's their effort to try to raise some money for these causes. And that's why it's been extended the last couple of years now, not just on Memorial Day, but throughout the weekend as well. To Munoz.
Seeing some good sliders, 2 in a row.
And 4 strikeouts for Tyone. And the Pirates salute members of the U.S. military with a military ticket discount presented by IC Light. All active duty, reserve, veteran, and retired service members and their families save $10 on tickets to all Pirates home games. For more info, go to pirates.com/military. Tyone, he needed 7 pitches in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th. And he has thrown 5 to get the first 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
Now this is really a, you know, how we expect Tyone to pitch is a game like this. Now, those expectations are a little too high, I think. Every time you go out there, no matter who you are, you're not going to throw nothing but zeros up there and keep guys off the bases, but still the consistency of his work right now, the slider, which we keep talking about, has been very, very good. I mean, for a pitch that he just started to throw, you know, I think it's a kind of a standout this afternoon for me.
Yeah, I mean, he's only used it a handful of times before. That has been by far his primary secondary pitch.
Yeah, it's his number 2 pitch today. And it should be. It's been darn good.
He's gotten 3 swings and misses and 4 called strikes on the slider, which he's thrown about 12.5 times now. And he quickly mows through the Cardinals again here in the 5th.
Brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Check out barreltires.com and never overpay for tires again. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
A run apiece. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Kids Day, as every Sunday is here. Having some fun with you. Glad you could be with us. We were hoping for a pitcher's duel today. We were thinking it was going to shape up that way. So far it has.
I was hoping for us to kind of break out here a little bit. But I think that was more hope than what has really happened. As Mike Lissa continues to pitch extremely well, as he's done all year.
That's a tall order. Yeah, it doesn't overpower you, but
It's a good fastball.
has been hitting the spots.
Averaging probably I would say a 94, maybe 93 and a half.
That's above average.
Yes, he's got a good fastball that he has good command of. I mean, every pitch he throws is pretty darn good. And he's got very good command. Hardly ever walks anybody. Here we got a leadoff walk. But walks are way down on the year.
Lowest walk rate of any starter in the league. But Diaz a leadoff free pass here in the 5th to set up Mercer.
Be nice to get them both on. So Taillon can maybe sacrifice. He's on deck.
Well, Mercer's a good guy. He's in that 8 spot. He's been there all year long. In the times where, you know, the situation calls for him to get pitched around, doesn't get himself out very often. When there's a need to hit situationally, he does a pretty good job of that.
He's a very smart player. He knows what the game calls for.
Yeah, the 8-hitter in the National League lineup isn't just the guy you want to put 8th. There's a roll there, and Mercer fulfills that wish that.
Now Taillon has got an opportunity to lay a bunt down, see if he can make Carpenter come in and play it.
Joey Cora, the third base coach.
And if they decide to put a wheel play on, he'll do like Cool did the other day and see if he can't poke the ball out to the middle of the infield, cross everybody up.
So the corners are playing in. Taillon has 1 sacrifice all year.
Can't bunt. Look where everybody's at. Where are you going to bunt the ball?
You got 4 guys right around the ball.
And if you look at the middle of the infield, look, there's nobody out there. The umpire, and that's it. Now you see the Cardinals are jogging back to their position.
You get past those 2 corners pinching in up the middle, right? Past the pitcher.
Yeah, they just
Nothing.
roll one into the middle. I mean, Cool did it the first time he tried to swing, and then he did it on accident. He just bunted it real hard, and it got it out of the middle infield. There's nobody there to make a play on it.
Scored a runner from second, Meadows.
Yeah.
On that play. Now Diaz not quite the runner of Meadows, but certainly move him up and everyone would be safe. Cool has done a really good job bunting for the Pirates. The other pitchers have not had consistent results. Swinging away, but into the air.
If he would have been able to put that ball on the ground, that would have been huge. There's really nobody that can do much about it over there. And even if you did hit it, let's say you you hit it right to the second baseman as he's running to first. Well, what's he going to do with it? Nothing. He's going to run over it. And so there's not a lot of downside to, unless, maybe you line at somebody or something like that. The worst thing that can happen is you do pop up or fly out and nobody moves anywhere. But even that is preferable to you bunting it right at the crashing infielder and had him get the force out at third, and then maybe even doubling you off at first base.
Or going to seconds in some occasions. Oh, there's no one at second. That's right. We're doing a wheel play here.
Right.
All right. I erased the chalkboard already.
That's all right.
So Frazier with 2 on and 1 out. This is like baseball 201. It's like this sophomore year class. First time today the Pirates have had multiple men on at the same time. They did have 2 hits last inning to play a run. Frazier lined out sharply his last time. He's 0 for 2 today. Not a lot of speed on the bases. Diaz and Mercer trailing him. Upstairs and off speed. Meadows 2 out of 2 today, 2 softly hit singles. See if the Pirates can take their first lead. Hard as a hitter to really sit on a speed from Michaelis. That fastball at 95. He's thrown some curveballs at 77. Elevated that slider, which was probably the best pitch so far for Frazier to try to hit.
Everything been away from him until that last pitch. Probably surprised him that he finally got a pitch inside and he pulled it foul.
Upper deck souvenir. Surprised them too.
They're going back away. Missed.
That's a good take. Meadows waiting for a chance. Michaelis dialed that one up to 96. He's already walked 1 in the inning. Doesn't walk many. There's 7 all year. And this is 10th start. And this will probably end up being his longest inning. Should get out of play.
Staying up and in, or excuse me, up and away. Not trying to change their spot on where they're trying to throw him.
Ninth pitch coming. Foul ball.
That was the pitch to hit right there. Did not hit his location. Tried to backdoor a slider and put it right down the middle at 89.
Pitch number 10. Frazier staying alive. He's fouled off 6 pitches during the sequence. Feel like a hitter gets rewarded in this kind of at bat, right? Not always, but.
Well, I know that a pitcher doesn't like it. You know, the foul ball after foul ball after foul ball. You start thinking, you know, he's going to get me.
Hit well out to Pham, and he misplays it. It's over his head. Here comes Diaz. Mercer on his way home. He's in there. Frazier with a 3-base hit and a pair of RBIs. The Pirates have their first lead.
Well, you called that one, Joe.
An 11 pitch at bat culminates in a 2-run triple.
And as the bat went on, too, he threw more and more pitches that were hittable. Middle part of the plate. Well, look where this one ends up. Pow, right down the middle. Didn't break much, kind of a little cut ball. And Pham, I mean, look at the route he took. He thought that was going to be more of a shallow line drive. He was trying to run straight to it. And the ball had some good backspin on it, really carried, and at that point he was lost. He had no chance.
Frazier with RBIs 7 and 8.
And even if he would have taken the right route, yeah, I don't know if
it's a hit.
Yeah, he's going to catch it, but it's not going to be a triple, and Mercer is not going to score. If he would have taken a.
Frazier tags. He's going. And he's in there. Meadows with a sac fly. The Pirates have another.
And that goes back to that route that Pham took. You know, he could have cut straight back, and I think he had a good chance of cutting that ball off and keep making it a double. But it goes to a triple. Now you get the sac fly, and there's another run. Very high throw coming in. I mean, look how high that toss is. Not much on it.
So they run on Ozuna. Meadows with RBI number 6. It's hard to throw a perfect strike. Pirates have been aggressive in that department and almost always have been rewarded for their aggressiveness. Meadows got the job done.
Set the table.
Meadows today 2 singles and a sac fly. And Joey Cora, part of the homework that a third base coach does, knowing the accuracy and strength of the outfield arms.
Well, that was definitely a poor throw by Ozuna. See it on that replay. It was very high, and even though he threw it high, he still didn't carry all that far.
Now to O'Neill. And the game tips in favor of the Pirates. 3-run frame puts them up 4-1. Feels like a party here now with the Pirates scoring 4 times off Michaelis, one of the best ERA leaders. Frazier getting that party started in the inning. 11 pitch at bat with the triple. Mercer with a hit in the frame. Diaz starting the inning with a walk. Meadows a sac fly.
Nice job, fellas. Tough guy to have a breakthrough against. You did put up a 3 spot in 1 inning.
Third time around the order. Carpenter has wrapped a pair of 2-baggers today.
Due to making out. That's the way I look at it. You know, baseball, it's all averages, right?
Yeah.
Nice slider. Pitch of the day.
That's his 19th slider that he's thrown today. Almost a third of the pitches he's thrown. Just started throwing it last couple of games and just really introducing the pitch.
I wonder how many times he's had to shake to get to the slider, or if this is Diaz that's really liking what he's seen and just say, hey, let's go with it.
Cervelli caught Taillon last time around and was supposed to catch him today.
Just dropped the 3 down. Here comes a slider.
At 90. We've seen it at a variety of velocities today.
You know, it's not just a little cut fastball either. It's got some break to it. And there you can see that that ball's got a real good break, and it maintains excellent velocity at 90 mile an hour.
He's thrown one as hard as 93 today. And they keep going back to it. You know, Taillon was talking about Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers ace, who early in his career had a, you know, he still does have that curveball, which was an excellent pitch, but he couldn't always get it called for strikes, wouldn't always get swings and misses on it. Taillon in part used that as inspiration to try to add another pitch that might be able to do some of those things. Taillon's very much a student of the game. Carpenter is red hot. That one's foul. Last 11 games for Carpenter, hitting .419.
When you make a mistake, he's hurting you. That's the thing that he's doing right now, why he's so hot. And that pitch there, kind of a mistake pitch, and it almost was his 3rd double of the day.
And a leadoff walk. First base on balls issued by Taillon today, and our T-Mobile built for baseball. Jameson Taillon really featuring that slider today.
Yeah, we were just now talking about the break to it. You're seeing that, and you mentioned the great velocity up to 93, and we've seen a lot of that. This is really showcasing the great location and command he's had of that pitch this afternoon. He is, for the most part, put him right where he wants to, and that could be, of the 3 things, the most important is locating it. Location's everything.
In real estate and in baseball. And he's also had, as we've seen really throughout this series, a nice warm weekend. We're seeing guys tick up on the fastball too.
You know, I noticed that Cincinnati. Cincinnati
really all week, yeah.
It's like you've seen some guys that really
the harder
fly
throwers
on both teams.
Yeah, the harder throwers
are throwing harder.
Yeah.
they're feeling nice and hot. They're letting it go.
Frazier records the first out. Let's go back to our studios. Dan Potash checks in with a game break. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, that's a. You know, if baseball were a soap opera, that would be the lead theme, right? The Cole versus Bauer. There's a little Twitter storm Bauer started a few weeks back, and insinuating the Astros may not be on the up and up with everything, and because of the resurgence of some of their pitchers that they've acquired, like Cole and Verlander. Of course, Cole and Bauer were the 1-2 men at UCLA a few years ago. Off Moran's glove, Pham is aboard.
Maybe too hot to handle. One hopper.
I think Colin would tell you he probably should have gloved that.
No, I bet you he does catch most of those, but not really a routine play though. He'll gobble them up most of the time.
Play at double play depth here with a 3-run lead, and Ozuna was bounced into 5 double plays. It'll be an error on Colin Moran. His 5th. I can get out of it here. Well, isn't this what we looked at back? It was I think it was the 6th inning, right, of that game, his last start against the Reds, and he was floating right along. It was a nice easy ride that afternoon.
I think they're thinking about. Yeah, that is a beautiful.
I mean, it was smooth sailing for Taillon at that point.
Yep. But this right here, I think Diaz was sent out to the mound by the. I saw him looking in there, and they sent him out to the mound, and then they waited. He made the slow walk out there. Then they waited after he got there for a while, and then Ray calls time, and now he's going to slow walk out there. They really milked this time out as long as they could to get Santana ready. To me, that they're setting this up to be a quick hook this inning. He's got 70 pitches, but that was definitely a delay of game right there to get Santana throwing.
Well, this is a situation where in his last start against the Reds, Scooter Gennett was up with the bases loaded. They were hoping to get a double play ball with 1 out. And this time the cleanup man for the Cardinals is up, representing the tying run here in a pivotal part of this game, just as the Pirates have taken their first lead. This is one of those things we talk about, the high expectations for Taillon. Sometimes you got to get out of your own mess.
They got a little help there. How about the location of this pitch? Got a swing. A fastball that was closer to hitting you in the thigh than to the strike zone.
And it started off a ball.
Yeah. Maybe a guessing slider on that one, perhaps. Thought it was going to break toward the plate.
A walk and an error in the inning. The only walk by Taillon today. Clint Hurdle keeping tabs on the bullpen. Gets the ground ball. There's 1 and there's 2. A double play. Taillon gets out of it, and the Pirates will keep the lead 4-1. wanted.
Yeah, this was really a pressure situation for him. He probably knew that they were getting ready to take him out. Watch his reaction.
You just don't see that from him.
No, you don't. But he badly wants to stay in his ball game, and he knew with the delay tactics there that he was close to being taken out, and so he got very pumped up when he got the double play ball.
I mean, Ozuna hit 37 homers. He drove in 124 runs last year. This guy could tie the game with one flick of the wrists, and he got the 2 outs that he needed.
I mean, he is always so stoic. It never shows his hand. Look at that.
Full house. And I love it. And
so do I. It's great.
And look, we've been talking about it all day today. If Taillon is, going to be, which we all think he's capable of being, one of the, leading pitchers, not only on this staff, but also in the National League. I think there's no question that he could be one of the better pitchers, an all-star. That's what all-stars do.
Yeah, more often than not, the big guys, they pitch out of that stuff. I mean, that was one of the things I thought that he did a number of things that were pretty good. But when A.J. Burnett first came out over here, I was amazed at how many times he'd get out of those first and third situations. He'd get a big strikeout with that real hard curveball of his, or he'd get the double play ball. Just had that knack, and the guys at the top couple spots in a rotation, that's who they are. That's why they are the top guys, is they can pitch out of stuff like that.
Doesn't happen every time, but I'm glad that he got the opportunity to do it.
Oh, he's got to be just couldn't be happier with that slider that he's been trying to develop. I mean, what a pitch that's been for him today.
He's thrown it 27 times today.
He'll be thrilled with it.
Meanwhile, the Pirates bats getting to Michaelis for 4 runs the last 2 innings.
Yeah, he's almost getting close to 90 pitches here in the 6th inning. Not going to be around much longer.
Michaelis gave up 4 runs in each of his first 2 starts. Since then, not any more than 2. And he pitched a complete game shutout his last time. He routinely has pitched and completed the 7th, or at least pitched into it. So that is a feat as well.
And now he is at that 90 pitches. So, even a normal inning here from here on out, I'll see him awfully close to the 100 pitch mark. Oh, no. No, that was outside.
Todd Tishner ringing up bell.
Watch the replay. That is easy outside.
Tishner, the 7th year umpire. On the 9th pitch, Bell struck out looking. That's a big swing. I mean, put him on. If that, or if he gets a hit in that at bat, give him another chance. Instead, Michaelis now is going to have 2 outs. Moran 1 out of 3 now today. Gregory Polanco has struck out swinging and looking today. He is hitless in his last 17. 3 for his last 33. Still leading the ball club with 8 home runs. Glenn Hurdle has talked about it, that Polanco's moved down in the order. He got bumped up to 6th today because Cervelli was a late scratch, but he's going to bat 7th and wants him to find himself in the lower part of the order. That makes sense. I mean, Glenn Hurdle, give him credit. He has not really changed the crux of the lineup the first 50 games into the season. There have been a few ups and downs, but for the most part, the Pirates offense coming into today 6th best out of the 30 teams in baseball at scoring runs per game. So why change it? But now at this point, it's clear, you know, he's moved Cervelli up to the 2 spot when Cervelli's in there. Cervelli has performed much better than Polanco. It makes all the sense in the world. Better contact hitter. Just missed extra bases there.
He's home for a little better range than that.
She made a good play earlier, did Maddie?
Yeah. Nice play earlier, but thought she'd get to that ball.
Well, I mean,
it was hard hit, and you have to wait to make sure it's foul before you can go for it.
soft pop. And Polanco's having a tough time right now. Michaelis works a 1-2-3-6. 4-1 Buccos. Pirates make one change. Sean Rodriguez is in for Frazier at second. And as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in today's game. So Tyone getting that inning-ending double play in the 6th, buys himself the 7th, or at least to start.
And this will probably be his last inning for sure. He'll be hitting next inning, and even if he has a easy inning at this point, he's still going to be up there close to 90 pitches. So Santana is going to see some work, you would think.
Pitched another scoreless outing yesterday, did Santana. But then I think this is good too for Tyone, because if he can pitch a nice easy 7th, he completes the inning, scoreless frame, maybe that kind of puts that into the minds of Hurdle and company too, because okay, I got out of the jam, and then you gave me the trust to pitch another inning, and I followed that up with a scoreless frame. That's a big step.
And there's another one of those sliders. Break, power, location.
make you want to clap your hands. Look at this. Right there. And then it's gone. Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Looks like it's down and in at the knees. Wong, who is 3 for his last 42, gets that kind of a hit.
Shaking his head no. I mean, I'm always for base hits back to pitchers, but if you wanted to call out an error, I wouldn't argue too hard on it. That was one he should have caught.
I'm going to give him a hit, though, but yeah.
Well, I mean, pitchers just don't get errors on ground balls very often. Now, their errors are normally the throwing type. But that was one there where if you would have dropped an E up there, like I said, I wouldn't argue. And I don't think Jameson would argue either. You could tell by his reaction that he knew he should have caught that. Or let it go completely, and it would have been a ground ball to second.
Yeah, that's true.
Either one would have worked.
Well, it's so softly hit that you feel like you want to just take care of it. And now Munoz is a tough guy to double up. He runs pretty well. Oh for 2 today, the rookie. He's not been behind in the count very often. That's a good number. 2 out of 3 or better is excellent. He's at the bottom of the order with Kelly on deck. Trying to protect this 3-run lead. Pirates looking for an important series victory against the division foes. Santana got up last inning. He's back up again, and you got to figure if Tyone walks Munoz, that would probably be it for him. Last time he got a double play ball to stay in the game. Can he make a big pitch here? Instead, Munoz with a base hit.
Yeah, that was going to be ball 4 anyway.
Not hit all that well, but it was placed well, and that's going to be it. So tying run coming to the plate. And Tyone is going to go 6 1/3 today. In line for the win, but Edgar Santana going to be tasked with stranding runners as he's done so well so far this year. So pitching change here. And a round of applause for Tyone, who will leave leading 4-1. On a 4-1 lead, but for the second straight inning, the Cardinals will bring the tying run to the plate. Taillon done after 6 1/3. They'll give way to Edgar Santana.
Excellent numbers for Santana this year. Not giving up any hits, not many base runners, period. He's only walked 4. He's over 21 innings.
He'll inherit 2 runners. The number 8 hitting catcher Carson Kelly. And a wild pitch will move him up just like that, negating any double play chance. First pitch is a wild one.
And that bounce in front of home plate.
Yes. And now Munoz, the trailing runner at second, runs well. Base hit could bring home a pair now. Soft pop up.
Should do no damage.
And I like how Marte gets in there. He's got the best arm.
Yeah, if he
just
catches
in
that
case.
ball, that's a great point. If you want him always to be the guy that catches a ball when there's a throw maybe going to need to be made.
If there was any thought, this guarantees that Wong's staying put.
And he is the center fielder, so obviously when he's saying I got it, which you can see him clearly doing, everyone has to get out of there just in case he has to use that exceptional arm he has.
Michaelis is lifted after 6 innings. Jed Jerko got a power bat off the Cardinals bench. Four home runs this year. Hit 20 last year, 30 the year before, so he is a threat. Santana trying to strand the 2 inherited runners. Down the line, and Meadows can't get there. Right in the right spot. 2-run pinch hit single for Jerko, and it's a 1-run game.
That wild pitch really hurts. And what even really hurts more is you think how those 2 guys got on base.
Yeah, comeback, a soft comebacker to the mound, and then just a little poke into left. Santana had stranded 12 of the 14 inherited runners. But on that well-placed pinch hit single by Jerko, those 2 runs will be charged to Taillon, so 3 runs in 6 1/3, and that again belies the performance that Taillon had. But like you said, Bob, you know, you've got to, in that 7th inning, you've got to not allow that Wong to reach on that comebacker, and you can't go 3 balls to Jairo Munoz.
And really was
with
ball,
a lead.
I mean the ball that he got the base hit on was not close to being a strike. That would have been ball 4. It was kind of down and in. He just golfed it out there. So it's just, yeah, the bottom of the lineup, 7th inning. You should drop the hammer on those guys.
Yeah, both teams have opened the door for one another at some point today. When Frazier was able to extend that triple from probably what would have been a double, and Meadows able to bring him home back when the Pirates scored 3 times in the 5th. No one's been able to get Carpenter out today. Put the shift on. Lefties are hitting 122 against Santana. Now he's trying to preserve a 1-run lead. Ooh.
The last couple of bats talked about Carpenter, how he's been able to take advantage of pitches that are solidly in the strike zone. And right now Santana's staying out of there. He is right out around the edges, not giving in at all.
Overthrew it a bit. Got some more big boppers to follow. Sam Tuivailala is getting up for St. Louis. That should get him out of it. But the Cardinals pick up a pair. And now a 1-run affair as Tyone 3 runs in 6 1/3 this afternoon, still in line for the win. And here on this Memorial Day weekend, let's join public address announcer Tim DeBacco.
Here to lead us with God Bless America are students from the Hossack Elementary School Choir.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates lead cut to 1 as we begin the bottom of the 7th. Very glad you're with us here on this Sunday afternoon. Sam Tuivailala now on for St. Louis.
Sam's numbers. Hasn't given up a home run yet. Be a nice day to have him put a little number in that column. You want to have something in every column, don't you?
Maybe not that one if you're a pitcher, but Diaz has put 2 in his column.
Yeah, I'd like to get at least one of those 2 runs back here. A little cushion.
Right on to Munoz. Leadoff man gone in the Pirates' 7th. We'll look at our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Cards have 9 players on the DL and a number of relievers. Greg Holland, the latest to be put on the shelf yesterday with a right hip impingement, and he's given up 2 runs in each of his last 4 outings. Matt Bowman, Luke Gregerson, Dominic Leone all on the DL as well. So that is a big reason why Mike Matheny's pen has been very ineffective in the last couple of weeks or so. Cardinals have lost 8 of their last 13. The bullpen ERA in that span over 6. Though last night they did not permit a run and guided the Cardinals to a win. And here, like last night for the Pirates, the Cardinals pen tasked with putting up zeros so that their bats can try to bring the Cards back in this one, after Miles Michaelis gave up 4 runs in his 6 innings. But if the Pirates can add on here, make things a little bit easier. There's Corey Dickerson. He would bat for Santana. And Michael Feliz is up next. Just missed that one. That is the case of right when a pitcher says, I only made 1 mistake.
It's always a lie.
He did not want to put an 0-2 pitch there. That's more about what Tuivailala wanted to do. So 2 up and 2 down, and you can watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Mike Maddox with his patented right hand on the shoulder move.
It's a long discussion.
Todd Tishner trying to break it up. So Corey Dickerson to pinch hit. Put a charge in 1. Get an insurance run here. 3-12 for Corey. Has never faced Tuivailala. Got underneath it. 8-pitch inning. Retires the side in order. Pirates still up a run, 4-3. Music from Spoon coming to Stage A on June 22nd. And here the 8th inning, a fork in the road between the Pirates and the Cardinals. Who will take the series? One-run game as we begin the 8th Memorial Day weekend here in Pittsburgh. Martinez, Pham, and Osuna, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Cardinals, due up.
Feliz has been busy. 25 games now.
Trying to protect this 1-run lead in the 8th. Oh, just past Sean Rodriguez's try.
As always, he gave it everything he had. And that was not a soft crash landing.
I thought that was a sure ticket hit, but he took a perfect route to that ball. That close.
Came down pretty hard on that left wrist.
Six-foot-tall second baseman put in the game for defense a couple innings ago. Pham is 0 for 3 today. Tying run aboard with nobody out in the 8th. Martinez not particularly fast. Pham, though, is pretty tough to double up, although he has bounced into 4 double plays this year, probably because he hits the ball so hard. Does run well. Feliz behind in the count, 3-1. Marcell Ozuna, the cleanup man, on deck. And now he's put himself in some hot water. We'll check back in with Danny with a game break. Not surprised he's the one that's doing it.
No, if you told, absolutely, if you told me or probably anybody, hey, there's an Astro got 10 straight hits.
Any major leaguer.
It'd be him.
He'd be the guy. Ray Surridge will come out here with 2 on and nobody out. Pirates have seen a 4-1 lead shrink to 4-3 after the 2-run 7th.
Well, the good thing right now is with your cleanup hitter Ozuna coming to the plate. You know that there's not going to be any bunting. You know, the runners to second and third. So hopefully you can throw a ground ball and get a double play.
That happened his last time up. Bounced into an inning ender with first and third in the 6th.
They were somewhere else in the lineup, a weaker hitter up there. You know, they're going to probably sacrifice bunt if they're successful. Now you have that tying run at third base, just 1 out. Well, that's you saw that last inning too. The wild pitch on the first pitch. Same thing, way out in front of the plate, ball hitting in the dirt. Martinez thought about it for a moment and said, no, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, the only time Ozuna laid down a successful sacrifice was his rookie year, 5 years
there's
ago.
no chance he'd be bunting here. I mean, he's swinging away, and I hope he hits ground ball at somebody.
He hit 37 home runs last year with Miami. But Feliz ahead in the count, 1-2. 97. Lead runner Martinez does not run great at second. Pham is an above average runner at first. That's why if they do move up, makes it so much more difficult. Well, Felipe Vasquez already with nobody out in the 8th. Oh, this is a perilous situation. 3-2 now with Feliz walking Pham. And after being ahead on Feliz with Tyler O'Neill, he's hit 16 homers between AAA and the big leagues this year. That's ball 4. Oh boy.
What breaking ball on that 3-2 pitch?
Well, he has put himself in a jam here with back-to-back walks following the leadoff hit. How soon can you go to Vasquez? Because you'd need him for 6 outs here. And it's a lot to ask to preserve a 1-run lead with the bases loaded and nobody out and get 6 outs. But it's going to have to be up to Feliz to at least get Tyler O'Neill here. Pham, who runs well, now in scoring position at second. Base hit could play to pair and give the Cardinals the lead. Got a challenger.
Nothing fancy about that pitch. Middle of the plate, mid thigh.
Big home run hitter in the minors. O'Neill hit 31 last year. He had hit 13 home runs at AAA Memphis in 29 games. And already 3 with the Cardinals. But strikes out a lot. Lead runner Martinez, who singled. Pham walked at second now. And Ozuna just walked after Feliz was ahead 1-2 on him. He's ahead 0-2 on O'Neill. And Stephen Brault. Well, the Cardinals have not faced a left-handed pitcher in about 10 days. Pirates have 2 warming. He struck him out. And that's a start. That's a helmet popper.
No breaking balls at bat. That was all power, power, power fastball work.
Made him flip his lid.
Looked like he was doing pretty good work with Osuna up there, but he ended up going breaking ball, ended up walking him. He threw a couple fastballs that were effective upstairs.
So now this is the time that Hurdle wants to pull Feliz after he gets the 1 out. And with Wong coming up, Pirates holding on to a 1-run lead. Pittsburgh. Chad Kuhl against Mike Montgomery, with Darvish heading to the DL. And if Ivan Nova avoids it, then he'll pitch on Tuesday against John Lester, Kyle Hendricks, and Joe Musgrove in his second Pirates start Tuesday and Wednesday nights. All coming up here on AT&T Sportsnet. So Colton Wong is going to be pinch hit for. Harrison Bader will bat for him, a right-handed batter. As Feliz gave up a single, walked two, struck out O'Neill, and gives way to Felipe Vasquez, who will face Bader here. Another rookie. Tall order, but the Pirates go with their closer to try to get 5 outs, and he'll inherit the bases loaded.
Numbers on the year.
And Vasquez has allowed 6 of the 9 inherited runners to score when he has come on mid-inning. Just missing.
Just a little bit inside. Not by much.
No room for error with the bases full of Cardinals and a 1-run lead. Bader runs well. Though you don't necessarily have to go second on to first to turn 2 in this situation. The lead hanging in the balance here in the 8th. Soft pop. Can anyone get there? No. Everyone moves up, and the Cardinals have tied it on a weak little pinch hit single from Harrison Bader.
And the only thing good about that is it hung up there for a while and nobody could really take off running. So everybody just 90 feet. And the double play still in order. But that's looking for a silver lining.
I don't think too many closers will have a tougher save situation, but Vasquez officially his 3rd consecutive blown save. Well, that's a lot to ask. Inheriting the bases loaded to try to get 5 outs,
and you're coming in the 8th. Yeah, that's.
I put an asterisk by it, but still.
Your chances aren't too good, you know, with 1 out.
Now a tie game, and the base is still loaded. Jairo Munoz, who does run well. And he's behind 2-0. Well, the Cardinals, who were trailing by 3 entering the 7th, have come back to tie it. It's 3-0 on the rookie Munoz. This was the same batter that generated a 3-ball count against Tyone in the 7th that led to Tyone being pulled. Munoz has not hit a major league home run. Started last year at Double-A and hit 13 home runs. And he walked him on 4 pitches to force in the go-ahead run. Jairo Munoz draws a bases loaded walk on 4 pitches. And the Pirates bullpen, which has been very good since about the 2-week mark of the season, has let the Pirates down here today as Brault is back up. This is an important game here early in the season. For now, Vasquez will stay in. He's still looking to retire his first batter. He allowed a little bloop hit to Bader. Walked Munoz on 4. Now Carson Kelly, light hitting catcher, number 8 hitter in today's lineup. Just missing 1-1. Kelly, a 160 career hitter in 100 career at bats, coming in without a home run.
Yeah, these are the matchups where you
weekly hit. You can only get one there, and the Cardinals will have another run.
I was gonna say, these are the matchups where you really got to dominate in. You have your closer out there, and the bottom part of the lineup coming up. It just not happening this afternoon.
So all 3 runners inherited by Vasquez come around to score.
And you're trying to get some non-contact, some strikeouts. Vasquez, you think of as being a strikeout pitcher, a guy that gets a lot of swings and misses. Unable to do it so far in this particular inning.
All those runs will be assessed to Feliz. I mean, there's no doubt Vasquez came into a very tough situation, but you're hoping better than 3 runs coming across in this inning. And the Cardinals still have an opportunity for more with men at the corners for Greg Garcia pinch hitting. And 2-0. Gets the call. 2-1. Now the Pirates, who will have the top of the order coming up in the bottom half, are going to need at least 2 before this one is through. Pirates have been getting Brault up. He's ready if needed. Jordan Hicks, the flamethrower, the rookie, probably going to be next for the Cardinals. And Vasquez has walked 2.
There was a time last year when Felipe, left-hand hitters struggled to even get a fair ball off of him.
That might have been the best season in recent recorded history for a lefty against lefties. Certainly in the last 45 years that we have records. It's not been the same this year. He's been good, but not great. And today, all 3 inherited runners come in to score for Vasquez, and he'll be relieved here with the bases reloaded by the Cardinals.
We've been looking at these replays, and look at, you see how he's grimacing there, like he's in some kind of pain. It really looks like he's hurting, and we saw him walk off the field. He wasn't swinging his arm, like he was holding it very still, and then when he sat down, it looked like he grabbed his elbow for a while. See how he just let it hang? He's not, I think he's got a little problem maybe with that elbow.
Time will tell.
Yep.
Now it's up to Brault. Third Pirate pitcher of the inning. Lefty's hitting just 194 against him. One extra base hit. Carpenter's hitting 130 against lefties this year. Try to finish off this inning. Carpenter, the 9th man to come up. The Pirates took a 4-1 lead in the 7th. Edgar Santana gave up a blue pinch single to Jed Jerko that plated the 2 inherited runners. Feliz came on, allowed a leadoff single, then walked 2 men. After he got the first out, Vasquez came on. He allowed a bloop single and 2 walks and retired 1 batter. It's a nice pitch. Brault's stuff is played up out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I think he's really pitched well out of there. I know he wants to start, but it almost hurts him. He's pitching so out of the bullpen.
Being asked to come in a tight spot here with the bases loaded to try to get a lefty. Did he go? Yes, he did. And Brault does the job, striking out the lefty Carpenter, but the Cardinals take a 6-4 lead to the bottom of the 8th. Walks in that 8th inning, and the Cardinals now have the advantage. Let's take a look at some Point Park tweets, and always some fun at the ballpark with the pierogies here on Memorial Day weekend, and a family day as well. Kids days on Sundays. We'll get to run the bases after. Sean Rodriguez atop the order with Meadows and Marte to follow. Rodriguez came on a couple innings ago for defense.
There's Hicks's numbers this year. Only 11 strikeouts in 24 innings.
And 16 walks. 3 hit batters, 4 wild pitches.
A partridge in a pear tree.
But got some ground ball outs yesterday. Preserved the Cardinals' lead. He was in A-ball last year. And not just, you know, started the year in A-ball. No, he finished the year in A-ball. He had never pitched in AA or AAA. Made the ball club this year because of that slider and that fastball that can surpass 100 miles an hour.
And that's why I'm shocked by the lack of strikeouts with the physical ability. You would think that he would have a strikeout per inning just by mistake.
Probably not throwing enough strikes, but right there he did.
Forgot about that part.
Austin Meadows, a couple of singles and then a sacrifice fly, hitting at 469.
Faced Hicks last night, grounded out the third. There's 100.
And that's actually a tick down for Hicks because it appears that he's trying to take a little bit off that 102 to 105 that he's been throwing in an effort to locate better. He's been getting a ton of ground balls.
Right on the left.
Two up and 2 down in the Pirates' 8th. They've got 4 outs left. They need a pair of runs at least. The Cardinals still having an ups remaining. This is a big swing late in the game. They need a charge. Marte trying to prolong that 10-game hitting streak, but more importantly, get on board and try to bring the tying run up.
Wasn't long ago it looked like the Pirates were going to just kind of cruise to a 4-1 victory.
Well, we've just assumed that every night the bullpen puts up zeros because they have so many times. The Pirates' pen coming into today since April the 12th, 2 weeks into the season, second lowest ERA out of the 30 teams. But today, trying to preserve a 4-1 lead, inherited runners scoring off Santana. He's been so good in that department today, faltering. And then Feliz and Vasquez between the two, walking 4 hitters, giving up 2 singles. And that was good for 3 runs to come across for the Cardinals. Foul ball. Complete that diagonal line to the corners of home plate. That is what determines fair and foul ground, and you have to kind of imagine part of it right there. Todd Tishner ruling foul ball. Yep, it was touched to the left of that imaginary line. Two from Hicks. Down the line. O'Neill has it. And the Pirates down in order. So the Cardinals bullpen, 2 perfect innings of relief.
By Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Ninth inning coming up. And the Cardinals with 5 in the later innings. Stephen Brault stranding the bases loaded, striking out the only man he faced. That was Carpenter. Trying to nail down the ninth with Martinez, Pham, and Ozuna, 2, 3, and 4. The same men that led off last inning and all reached against Michael Feliz. And then all those men came around with Felipe Vasquez on the mound. A rare hiccup for the Pirates' pen. Martinez started that inning with a single, one of just 2 hits, both singles. That was good enough for 3 runs. And that was because of the 4 walks. But that's in the books. Now Brault needs to put up a 0. And the Pirates have Bell, Moran, and Polanco due up. Two and 2 to Jose Martinez with Pham next. And then Ozuna. One out.
Nice positioning. Bell playing way off the line and for good reason.
Yeah, right-handed batter, right?
Look how far off the line he is. One step and a grab.
Talked with years back former Pirate Lyle Overbay. Used to play first base, and he talked about the reason he liked to play over there. Almost all first basemen do that, but for a right-handed batter, because if you're just a few feet off the line, if it's hit down the line anyway, it's going to be extra bases. You're not going to get to it, so might as well try to cut down the odds. They don't hit that many balls down the line or close to the bag anyway, but they might hit some more.
Follow your second baseman.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to keep that distance between you and him, fairly consistent. Can't get too far over there. You still got to get to the bag, but you can move over there a long ways. Getting late in the game.
Got to do that this morning myself. Not better. And Pham struck with a pitch.
That was another knee ball.
Dexter Fowler departed the game yesterday after being struck
That
on the knee with a pitch.
A glancing blow. That one Fowler got. That one hit him square.
Near the back of the knee, near the hamstrings. So a man aboard for the Cardinals. Marcell Ozuna bounced into a double play to end a threat in the 6th. Drew a walk last inning. And Miles Michaelis not going to factor in the decision, but got that L removed once the Cardinals took the lead.
Yeah, Pirates did a good job getting to him today. He's been extremely tough against everybody. 4 runs off of him in 5 innings. 6 innings.
softly hit. And the only play is to first. So Pham at second, but 2 gone in the Cardinals' ninth. Now Tyler O'Neill. Well, Brault, he's done a good job vulturing some wins himself this year. Maybe that he's got 4 victories, a couple as a starter, a couple out of the pen. Maybe he can be on the right side of a Pirates comeback today.
And if he can get this 3rd out without an insurance run coming home, that might be the difference. Pirates down by 2 right now, but they have the Cardinals have that runner in scoring position, so Brault needs this out.
Jed Jerko had a pinch hit 2-run single today. That made it a 4-3 game in the 7th. Cardinals striking for 3 in the 8th on just 2 singles and 4 walks. Yeah, no extra base hits. Those 3 singles in that 7th inning. And a wild pitch that was particularly costly. Tyler Lyons and Bud Norris. Norris is the closer. Lyons came off the DL and pitched yesterday, the left-hander, but there are a lot of lefties due up. 2 out of the 3 in the inning. First things first. And he struck him out. 94 upstairs. Brault does a nice job today. Now up to the Bucks bats, down 2. And the Pirates will welcome in the Cubs on Memorial Day tomorrow afternoon, beginning a 3-game series. Spend your holiday with us, starting with Pirates pregame, presented by WB Mason at 1 o'clock right here on AT&T Sportsnet. Pirates hoping that they can still raise it. They need at least 2. And no one has foiled the Cardinals closer yet this year. But Norris, 10 out of 10.
Got to be a first time for everything, man. Nothing goes on forever. to get this thing started with a leadoff double.
I like it. Bring that tying run up right away. Put some pressure on.
Yeah, it takes away possibility of that double play ball. Get the leadoff guy to second immediately, even though the important runner obviously is on deck right now. But get the double.
Norris pitched a 1-2-3 ninth yesterday for that 10th save, facing all lefty batters, and he is slated to do so here with Bell turning around. Moran and Polanco due up for the Pirates here in the 9th. Freese has very good career numbers when looking at the Pirates bench off Norris, just in case there's a spot. Bell ahead in the count, 2-1. 0 for 3 today. Called out on strikes on the 9th pitch his last time around. Cervelli a late scratch because of flu-like symptoms right before the game today. Carpenter has the first out. And this Cardinals bullpen has retired all 7 men they faced. Two teams' bullpens have moved in opposite directions today. The Cardinals' pen has been struggling quite a bit. They preserved the game yesterday and so far have today. Cardinals coming into the series had lost 8 of 12. And had not beaten the Pirates in 6 straight tries dating back to last season. They won the opener of the series and bidding for the I should say the second game of the series, now bidding to take the series here this afternoon. But if the Pirates can get a base runner, the tying run will come up here against Norris in the 9th. Moran drove in a run with a 2-out single back in the 4th. Got underneath it, out to Ozuna. And there are 2 gone in the Pirates' 9th inning.
Ozuna getting way off to the side of that. See that? Making sure it didn't get into the sun.
That's to avoid, yeah, the sunshine, right? Look to a different side.
Maybe he's trying to scare the heck out of that ball. I don't know. One of the two. Scary to me. Just giving it a look.
Well, it's all up to Gregory Polanco. He has struck out swinging, looking, and popped weakly to the catcher. Hitless in his last 18. Trying to get aboard to bring the tying run up.
Gotta have a base runner here. Any way he can do it.
Now the Pirates down to their final strike. The Cardinals poised to take the series after scoring twice in the 7th and 3 times in the 8th to negate a 3-run Pirate advantage. Norris is 0-2. Just missing low, and Polanco will get another chance. Chad,
Cool.
yeah.
Plays tomorrow.
Cubs play tonight, and then we'll travel.
Yeah, how about that for a day game?
Yeah.
I got an 8 o'clock start tonight. Not much sleep for the Cubbies.
Garcia has the final out. Cardinals come back, take the series. Their bullpen better than the Pirates today. 9 up, 9 down against the Cards pen. And even though it was 5 singles and 4 walks, that was enough for the Cardinals in those later innings.
Yeah, didn't see this one coming today. I really was very confident that those Cardinal hitters didn't look like they were going to do much, but they got some help with the base on balls and they cashed it in.
So a 6-4 final. St. Louis will take the series. Cubs coming to town next, but we'll go out to Dan and Michael to talk this one over this afternoon.
All right, Joe. One of the many things we discussed on the pregame show just a few hours earlier this afternoon here on AT&T Sportsnet was the fact that the Pirates lineup will be challenged by yet another good pitcher. Well, Michael, they found the timely hitting. They scored the big runs. Unfortunately, the bullpen was not able to close the door today.
Yeah, they had Michaelis off balance all day long. He was really kind of outside himself, having good at bats. That Frazier at bat, 11 pitches, hitting the double, changing the turning point in this game. But yeah, the bullpen just didn't step up today. It was one of those days where it didn't seem like many of those guys had a feel. Of course, there was bad luck involved too in Santana's base hit. They gave up 2 of Taillon's runs. It was a tough day. It's one that's really, really hard for the Buccos to swallow, but you can't give a team like the Cardinals free bases and not expect them to score. They're one of the best fundamental teams in all of baseball.
Well, just as we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller Lite's hold true moment. And Jamison Taillon, also another topic on the pregame show, and what a solid outing would do for his confidence. And something that you also mentioned, Fort, was the fact that that slider could come into play today, and he got the confidence today, he got that slider.
I was like a little kid in the candy store watching him throw that today. 88 to 91, absolutely outstanding. Plays great off that 2-seamer. The tunnel effect he had on it, it looked like those guys didn't know what to do with it, and it made his curveball a little bit better. This guy was great today. I hate that it turned out the way it did. It stinks that his inherited runs came in, but that's baseball.
Went 6 1/3, gave up 5 hits, but struck out 6. We hope to hear from the Pirates starter shortly, because we are just getting started. We will have Clint Hurdle's post-game comments. We will take you inside the Pirate Clubhouse, bring you extended highlights of Game 3 of this 3-game series, which the Cardinals were able to take. We'll get analysis from Michael McHenry, take you around the league, and so much more. Pirates post-game, presented by Allegheny Health Network, is coming up next.